Okay, so here is dimensional analysis, which corresponds with homework 4 in Unit 1. All right, so say you wanted to figure out measuring a foot or a distance of 1 foot, 12 inches, so forth. Would you agree that 12 inches is the same as 1 foot? They still measure the same amount of units, correct? So if I were to take that unit that's 12 inches long or 1 foot long, at the end of the day, that's still 1. And then if I reversed it, if instead I said that the piece of wood, for example, is 1 foot, but it's also 12 inches, that's still 1 piece of wood. So what we're talking about here is a ratio created out of 2 quantities. That's just a special version of 1. Say we did similar with a yard. 1 yard is the same as 3 feet. So if I grab that yardstick, it's the same as measuring 3 feet, which gives me a total of a unit of 1 yardstick. So that idea is dimensional analysis, where we are using these units of 1 to express things in different ways or different measurements. Now, what I just went through is called a conversion factor. And that's where these equal 1, so they're the same version of the same measurement, just different units, and they do not change the size of the measurement. They're just a version of 1. Okay. So in order to use this dimensional analysis, it's converting the units by multiplying these conversion factors so that the units you want cancel out. Now, when we talk about canceling out, take a look at this one that I've got. So up here, if I have 2xy divided by 5xz, the x's cancel because x divided by x is 1, and you're left with 2y over 5z. So that's the same idea with dimensional analysis, is you cancel units. Anything on top of a fraction can be canceled with anything on the bottom. So here, this 120 miles divided by an hour times 1 hour over 60 minutes. So we're going 120 miles per hour, and there's 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes back and forth. So if I write that out, I have 120 miles on top times 1 hour all over 1 hour times 60 minutes. I don't know why that's sideways. I apologize. So the hours end up canceling out because an hour divided by an hour is 1. And I come up with 120 divided by 60. So over here, I have 120 miles divided by 60 minutes. 120 divided by 60 is 2. So instead of saying you were going 120 miles per hour, you can say you were going 2 miles per minute. So changing that conversion. Okay. So now if I go down, if I want to convert 28 feet to inches, I'm going to think of the conversion factors we used up here. So feet to inches, there is 1 foot in 12 inches, or there's 12 inches in 1 foot. That's the same conversion factor. We just have to figure out how we want to put it. So let's start with the 1 foot over 12 inches, and let's see if that gets us what we want. Go straight across the top, so this is just over 1, and that gives me 28 feet times feet over 12 inches. Take a look at those units. Is that what I wanted at all? And the answer is definitely no, that is not what I wanted. The units didn't cancel out. So let's flip it. Let's put the 12 inches here and the 1 foot on the bottom. This gives me 28 feet times 12 inches divided by 1 foot, which cancels my feet. So I'm left with 28 times 12 inches. And that gives me the unit I want, which is 336 inches. So as we're going through the conversion factors, think about which way you want them to go so that they cancel. So for this first example down here, we want to convert 80 ounces to pounds. So I'm going to put 80 ounces here. And we have to think, does this cancel? The answer is no. Ounces won't cancel. Now, if I come over here and do 80 ounces is 1 pound, ounces, and that'll give me 80 over 16 pounds, and I reduce that, but that's exactly what we wanted. Okay. So look at how the units, and the numbers don't even matter. We just want to go to feet to miles. So if I put feet here, those don't cancel. But if I put feet here, they will, and I'll be left with those miles. So that second one is what we want. All right, so pause for a second and try a few. If I want liters to milliliters, I'm going to put my liters here. Those would cancel, which is exactly what I want. So that would give me the answer that I'm looking for. Okay, so that's our one that does that. All right, let's come down here. If I want to convert miles to kilometers, all right, let's put our miles up here. So again, we're going to combine all that. So we want to figure out what's going to cancel from top to bottom. So it's that first one. And all of these are going to, the different conversions are provided in the formula sheet. So you're not going to have to memorize these. Okay, next, convert hours to seconds. Okay, so we don't have a direct conversion for hours to seconds, but we do have a conversion for hours to minutes to seconds. So we're going to go piece by piece. So if I start with my hours, I need hours to cancel, and then minutes to cancel, and then I'm left with seconds. So that first one does it, and everything cancels except the seconds, giving me exactly what I want. If I come over and try the second one, the hours don't cancel, the minutes do, but then I'm left with hours squared over seconds squared, which is not what we want. So definitely not that one. And then the final one